let me introduce Kamal Shukla, the other visionary for the creation of this program and many others, in fact, at NSF, and I don't have time to get into that. And he'll then introduce Dr. Jim Morris.
Is physics of the living system as how it is international, I think.
So that Dr. Jim Morris had enough time to talk, so my presentation will be very short. It's a pleasure to welcome Dr. Jim Morris, who is an assistant director for biological sciences. Dr. Jim Morris also came and honored another meeting on physics of aging, wear and tear, and he again kindly agreed to come and talk to you about this meeting and the importance of this meeting and how much we are proud to have strong support for all kinds of activities that we are involved in, especially involving international students. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Kamal. And I'd like to thank Kamal and Kristan and Dr. Onutra, who I just met for the first time, for organizing this wonderful meeting. Pardon me? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Well, I hope you'll forgive me. All right. My own background is I'm a molecular neuroscientist, and before I took this job at NSF, for the past 16 years, I ran a place called the Krasnow Institute for Advanced Study, where some of you knew me. And that institute was founded by two Nobel laureates, Herb Simon and Murray Gell-Mann, who couldn't have been more different in terms of their scientific viewpoints, but who both realized that there was a very fruitful connection at the intersection, in the case of the institute that I was leading, of neuroscience and physics. And over the 16 years that followed my taking the leadership of that institute, I got to see how fruitful those threads that interact can really play out. It's my own belief that actually, if you think about the lowest hanging scientific fruit, if you think about the zeroth order paradigm breakers, those happen at the intersections of disciplines, I believe. And I think biology is in a very special place right now because it's matured beyond the stamp collecting phase to where it's very much driven by theory, and it's very much driven by what Harold Morowitz and Eric Smith call pruning rules. And that means that there's an opportunity for very fruitful collaboration with physics. It is a challenge for biology that even as we realize that physics is the ultimate driver across all levels, the issue of emergence and complexity creates special challenges for actually seeing how physics plays out across multi-levels. And furthermore, biology has the special challenge of understanding that while quarks indeed play a role in atoms, there's probably a limit for understanding biological systems which we don't know, but below which it is not useful. Particularly in neuroscience, for the folks who have been attempting to apply quantum mechanics to neuroscience of cognition, that plays a very important role in terms of the 37 degrees C that's in our head and superposition of quantum states. So the opportunities are there right now. There are challenges, and the disciplines are beginning to talk to one another in, I think, very useful ways. That's incredibly exciting. From my own perspective of heading up the Biological Sciences Directorate at the National Science Foundation, I am fundamentally in favor of investing at that intersection. I think that's where we are going to get the biggest bang for the buck. So I really salute what you're doing here today. Now let me speak a bit about students and trainees. I got to see firsthand the challenges of embedding students from physics in neurobiology and the reverse. And it is clear to me that for us to be confident in growing the next generation of scientists who can work across these domains, we're going to have to think very innovatively about both graduate education and undergraduate education, probably in some fundamental different ways. That's good for all of you folks who are trainees. It's also important for us because our marching orders from the White House are to really move the needle in that area. All right, business as usual is not acceptable. So I think those are the right marching orders, but it creates additional challenges for us. I'm really quite cautiously optimistic. I'll tell you, just from a budget standpoint, it is wonderful to see the budgets for federal R&D and bio specifically start to move in the positive direction following the Great Recession of 2008, and that's happening. I really feel that's a good thing. So I'll stop there. I'll take a couple of questions before I have to run back. If there are any questions, I'll do my level best to answer them directly.